I'll leave the chat box visible to me. So whenever you want to ask any question or answer, you can put there, or you can just unmute yourself and comment directly. Okay. So what we want to do today is simply to create a network, which we started last class. This network is having VLSM as the way to distribute the IP addresses and make sure no duplication will happen, because we don't want to have two different devices having the same IP address. That's not allowed in networking, and this is one of the hardest problems you can have, hardest to detect. If you have two IP address, your network will have a lot of issues. You don't know why, and you cannot easily discover what is the issue. So this has happened last semester when we had the bonus class, the bonus lab. Students, they were getting some packets from a device. They don't know who's that device. And that was a little bit worrying for them until we discovered they use the same IP address in two different places. Okay, so now, as we started last time, we were talking about going to ICD, tell them that we want to make a network. So we ask them, give us an IP address to be used in our kuliya or our department. So if I want to, let's change a little bit. I want to make a wired network inside the different kuliya. So KICT want to have different networks than the Wi-Fi, different IP addresses. I go to them, I asked them to provide me with IP address. They said, okay, you can take, which one? 192.168.0.0/16. Take this one, use it wisely. So now different kuliyas will start announcing, or they are starting discussing how many devices do they have inside the kuliya they need to connect wirely using wired LAN. So KICT told them that, okay, I want 1,000, say 1,200 devices. I want them to be used in my network. Kuliya of Engineering, they said, I have less or more, I don't know. Let's say they said 900. Kuliya of Education, I just keep this one, it's 3, because we don't want to keep repeating. So Kuliya of Education, they told them, I want education, they don't have a lot, 100 device. Let's have another one, guide. Let's say that I want, let's make it, how many? They said I want 64 devices only. Okay, so this is the networks, the subnet we want to do from the big network 192.168.0.0. We want to make small networks inside it. We call them subnets. So as we did last class, we have to calculate what is the right subnet mask to be used for this network. So when we want to calculate, I have to make sure that the largest one will get enough and everyone else will use the same subnet. Now 1,200. 16/16 will give us 65,000. So that's too much. If I go to /20, let's see this one, it will be 2 to power 32 minus 20. That's 12. Okay, minus 2. Can anyone tell me what will be the number here? What will be the number? It is 2 to power 12. I think it's 4,094, if I'm not mistaken. Can you double check, please? 4,094. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, alhamdulillah. So now if this is the number, we look at it, we have 4,000 devices, IP addresses, but we have 1,200. So if we use this one, we will waste a lot of IP addresses. That's why we try to go to the next one. Should I try /21 or /19? Which one will be better? 21 or 19? We can try them, but we have to decide first. Are we going for larger or smaller? Which one will be the right one to go for? A larger subnet mask or a smaller? 21, yes. If we have 21 larger subnet mask, it means the host portion would be smaller, okay? If the host portion is smaller, that will give us less number of devices, and that's the idea. So it will be, if you calculate it, it will be 2,000. Okay, thank you, brother. 2,046. That's the number of devices we can have. Is that enough? We don't know yet until we check the next one, 22. It will give us 1,022. If I use this one, it will not be enough for KICT. If I use this one, we will waste a lot of IP addresses, but we don't have options, okay? If we don't use this one, we will have problem later. So this is the IP address I will be choosing. Oh, sorry, the subnet mask. Subnet mask for all of them will be /21. That's the selected one. We choose it because KICT is the largest one and cannot use a smaller subnet mask. So now we need to start calculating. For KICT network, as we said, /21. What /21 means exactly? It means that in the subnet mask, we will have 21 zeros. One. All right, 21, 1. Whatever left, it will be zeros. So these are 16, 20, 21. The rest will be zeros. So we have 32 bits, just like the IP address, 32 bits. This is how the device will read the /21. However, as a human being, we cannot deal with binary. We change this one to decimal to be 255, 255. 2, what is the other one? To be 255 minus 7, that will be 248. 248, that's 0. Okay, we will need this one later, and you will see why we need it. Now, after we got this one, I need to calculate the subnet ID, broadcast IP address, and the range of available IP addresses. Subnet ID, for the first subnet, the largest one, I would take whatever the ITD gave us, exactly the same, but we change the subnet mask. Now I write this one in binary, 1010, 1000, and then 000, 000, okay. To help us to calculate the broadcast IP address, it will be useful to color this one. How to color it? From the left, I will color 21 bits. This is 20 and 21. The device will read the subnet mask, these ones, and instead of the coloring things. Okay, now I will take the binary as it is and just put it here, color it again. Whatever left in black, the host portion, we turn it to 1. 111, 1111111. Okay. Now change this one to binary. What we will get? 192.168.7.255/21. The range of available IP addresses, can you tell me? What's the range? I take the subnet ID as it is, increase by 1. Then I'll take the broadcast IP address, decrease by 1. Okay, that's simply how we calculate for KICT. Now, the next one. The next one, if we are, oh yeah, I forgot to write it here clearly. We are using here FLSM. Now, for the next kuliya, it will be a kuliya of engineering. Doesn't matter how many devices they have. We will use also /21 since KICT, the largest one, is using /21. So now here, what I have to do, first one, subnet ID. Can you tell me what is the subnet ID? Anyone? What is the subnet ID?
192.168.8.0.
Yeah, that's correct. So I would take the broadcast IP address from the previous one, increase it by 1. 255 cannot be increased more. So this will become 0 and this one will become 8, all /21. Okay. Change this one to binary. It will be, I don't want to write it again. So I'll take it from here. Just change to make it 8. Okay, this one here. 8 means this is a 1. Now I have to color 21 of them. Okay. For the broadcast IP address, I need this one. Color it again. Whatever left in black, we change it to 1. Now in the chat box, can you tell me, is this thing clear or not? The FLSM, is it clear or should I continue? Clear? 50% clear? Not clear at all? Okay. 80%. Okay, we have 80% there. So let's try another one. Just one more kuliya. And then we go to VLSM. So after we choose this one, what I would do, change this one to decimal, 192.168 dot. When all the 4 are 1, that will give us .15.255. That's the broadcast IP address. Now the range of IPs at kuliya of engineering, it will be this one plus 1. And this one minus 1. /21. If I want to start now with the next kuliya of education, I think kuliya of education. Okay, /21. Now what we have here, same thing. We calculate subnet ID. Okay, how to get subnet ID? Go to the broadcast IP address. It was the last number there. We want to see the next one. Add 1 to that one. 255 cannot be 256. Maximum is 255. This will become 0. This will become 16. And /21. And so on. Okay, I hope this is clear. But the problem, last time we said that we cannot use the FLSM. Can anyone remember why FLSM is not a good idea? Why can't we use this way? It's not a good one. Why it's not good?
Too many
what?
Wasted.
Yeah, too many wasted IP address and unused IP addresses. That's why scientists later, they were like, okay, we know KICT is the largest one and it's used 21. But why we want to force everyone else to use /21? Every network can use its own subnet mask. And this is when we go to VLSM, variable length subnet mask. So now if I look at the kuliya of engineering, what will be the best subnet mask? Let's just take this one. Okay, calculate the rest of them. C /23, 24. From there, we can choose for every single network, what will be the right IP address? So /23, it will be 510 IP addresses. /24, it will be 254. /25, it will be 126. /26, it will give us 600. So sorry, 62. Okay, since I don't want to change let's make it smaller so we have enough space for everyone. 27, it will give us 30. This calculation by time, it will be easy for you. You will remember it, like the numbers, very straightforward. 14 and so on. We don't need the other numbers, so we can stop here. Okay, so now we look at KICT. We saw that the best one is /21. But if I look at Kulliyah of Engineering, what will be the right subnet mask? Kulliyah of Engineering, what will be the right subnet mask?
22.
22, yeah. /22 is the best thing for Kulliyah of Engineering because we will not waste a lot of IPs and it will be enough for it. So there's nothing in the VLSM, nothing saying that the largest use subnet mask, everyone should use the same one. Everyone can choose whatever suit their network. Kulliyah of Education, how much should we give them?
25.
/25 for Kulliyah of Education. And then the next one. Okay. Kite should be 26.
No.
If I use 26, cannot, so should be also 25, right? 25. Okay. So if we have that one, in that case, every single Kulliyah would choose the right size of the network they are using. It's 25 and this one also 25. Okay. Let's color this one in purple. Okay, Kulliyah of Engineering. Okay. So since we have this one, now we can use these different subnet masks. Just because I will need this one again, I will make another copy down there. I want the coloring. If the coloring are not there, it will be hard to remember. So Kulliyah of Engineering, it was blue. KICT blue. Kulliyah of Engineering is green. This one is purple, and this one is, you can do it orange. This one black. Okay. Why I do this coloring is not like I like colors. Is for you in the future, if you see the recording and you are confused, what is this number? How did we get it? You look at the blue here. You look at the blue here. You know that these are linked together. Okay. And when I do the calculation for Kulliyah of Engineering, whenever I need different color than the black, I will use also blue color. So now let's start for VLSM. VLSM. How to do VLSM? We start the same as we did for FLSM. We need Kulliyah, the largest Kulliyah, KICT. Okay. We know that it will use /21. /21 means we have 21 ones. We keep repeating them. 21 is 20, 21, the rest are zeros. Okay, if I want to change it to decimal, because this number we will use it when we configure the devices. So we will need the 255.248.0. Okay, now I need the subnet ID. Subnet ID, it will be 192.168.0.0, the one I got from ITD. And then if you don't have ITD, let's say you are in a company, you will take it from telecommunication network or the IT department, whatever the size of your company. Okay, so now we know this is /21. We'll do the binary 1100 0000 1010 1 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0. That's why I like this class, this specific class, to be online, because I can copy and paste. If we are having offline class, I have to write on the board all these zeros, which is crazy. Okay, it will be so annoying to keep repeating the same binary numbers. So here, copy paste, it will be easier. So again, as we did previously, we will color 21 of them. Why 21? Because it's /21. And this one also 21 ones. And that's why we color them. Okay. Now I will calculate the broadcast IP address by coloring 21, same as the subnet ID. Whatever left in black for the broadcast IP address, it will become 1. Okay, write it in binary. It will be 192.168.7.255/21. If you check the FLSM, you get exactly the same. For FLSM, it is exactly the same. It's fine. Let's see how things will be different in shortly after this. Okay. Now, Kuliya of KICT, we need the range of IP addresses, range of IPs at KICT. We will have KICT. Okay, we will have the first IP address, take it as it is, increase by 1. The last IP address will be the broadcast IP address deducted 1. Okay, /21. This is done. Now I'll go to the next one. Next one, Kuliya of Engineering. We know that it is /22. Okay, here 22 means we have 22 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 8, 8, 16, 20, 22, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Now what I would do, I need to see this one in decimal because I will use it in the routers later. 255, 255, 2. This one is 255 minus 3, 252 minus 0. Okay, now subnet ID. Subnet ID, it will be the broadcast address of the previous one, this one. I would take it and increase it by 1. So that will give us 08.0/22. So up to this point, again, is exactly what we did previously. Nothing changed. Okay, nothing changed up to this point. Now we'll start changing things. I would take the previous one because I don't want to write the 0 and 1 again. Okay, since we are here, now what I would do, I will make first 8.0. This is 8.0. I will look at the subnet mask for engineering /22. Subnet mask for engineering /22. It means I will start from the left, color 22 of them. This is 22 digits. If you look up at the FLSM, since we have /21, we colored only 21. That's when the differences will start now. When I go to broadcast IP address, I'll do the same, copy this one. Okay, now I will take 21 of them, color them by green. Whatever left, we will turn it to 1. Okay, convert this one to decimal. We will get 192.168 dot what? 8 plus 3, right? 11.255/22. Is this the same number as the one we got in FLSM, or it's a different number? Can you check? Same number or different? Different, right? You check this one now. 11.255, check up at FLSM, Kuliya of Engineering, that was 15.255. So from now on, things will start changing. range of IPs at Kuliah of Engineering. It will be 192.168.8.1 until this one -1. /22. Don't forget the /22 is very important because it will change a lot of things later. Okay, so now what we have to do, I'll start a new, okay. Now we go to the next Kuliah. What's the next Kuliah? Kuliah of Education, I think. Let me double check. Yeah, double check. No need to double check. Kuliah of Education. If we check the subnet mask we choose for Kuliah of Education is /25. So Kuliah of Education /25. It will means we'll have 25 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. Some spaces there. Okay. These are 8, 16, 20, 24, 25, and the rest are zeros. Now change this one to decimal. You will get 255, 255, 255.128. Okay. Okay, brother, sure. I will download this one and put it in Italian since you are asking. I'll put it in Italian, inshallah. So now Kuliah of Education, let's do the subnet ID. Subnet ID, what will be the subnet ID? Just as we did before, we go to the broadcast IP address. Okay, and increase it by 1 here. This one will be 0, this one will be 12/25. Now we need to change this one to a binary number. I hate doing the binary number 1 and 0 again, just copy paste. So what is 15? 15 simply means that, sorry, 12 means that, okay, 1, 1, okay, this is 12. Okay, now /25 means from the left, I'll start coloring 25. We have Education, we give it purple. 16, 24, 25. Give it purple. See now the host portion is very small. So we are expecting smaller network. Network ID. Network, oh, sorry, subnet ID. Sorry. Subnet ID. IP, no, sorry. Oh my God, I need to focus. Broadcast IP address. Broadcast IP equal to, simply take this one. Okay. Color it in purple. Whatever left in black, turn it to 1. So can you tell me what's the broadcast IP address? What is the broadcast IP address? 192. Anyone? 12.127/25. Okay, the range of available IP addresses at Kuliah of Education, range of IPs at Kuliah of Education is equal to first IP address, this is the subnet ID, +1. Then the broadcast IP address, -1. /25, don't forget. Okay, is it clear in the chat box? Can you write? What do you think? Is it clear? Give me the percentage. How clear is this? The chat box, 90%, that's good. 90 is good. I believe to be 100%, you really need to do it by yourself. But since we are not in computer networking course, I will not ask you to do it by yourself. Why? Because yes, this is a repetition, okay? And for another reason, I will let you know. Just let's finish Kaid first, and then I will tell you what is the other reason I don't want to ask you to do an assignment or something about this one. Okay, so let's do the Kaid fast. Kaid, also it was /25, which means it will be 255, 255, 255, 128. Okay, that's the subnet mask. Now, subnet ID. As we did before, I would take this one. I take the broadcast IP address increase by 1, which will give me what it will give. One to 8. Yeah, see? We will not go for 13 dot something. We will look at this one, and you see that 12 will remain. This one we still can't increase it, so it will be 128/25. Okay. Turn this one to binary. Sorry, binary. Copy paste because we don't want to keep doing it. 12, 1 to 8 will be, this is 1. Now I need to color 25 of them. We said this is orange color. Okay, this is orange. So now you see /25, I color 25. That's what I mean by the coloring. It's not just because colors are nice. Just later, maybe if you want to return back to the folder, you will know how did we get the numbers. Broadcast IP address is equal to, again, I'll take this one. Okay, color it again. By the way, whenever I use colors, if you are not comfortable with any color, you feel like it's annoying to eye, just let me know. I can change the color. Because I know sometimes some students are sensitive to specific colors. Okay, so now here we have 192.168.12.255/25. Okay, so you can see here. Oh, sorry. You can see here we are done, alhamdulillah, with the 4 kulliyas. Now we need to draw this network. How to draw the network? Every kulliya will have its own router. So that router will be the gateway for the network. Okay, a router is the gateway. And the gateway means it will connect it to the other kulliyas. If any packet want to go from KICT to Kulliyah of Engineering, should pass by the router of KICT, go to Kulliyah of Engineering, pass by their gateway. Okay, now, since the router, when you see it, inshallah, in the lab, or if you saw it before, router having very limited number of ports. So we cannot connect the computer directly to the router. Okay, what we have to do, we have to use a switch. That switch will help us to connect many devices to one router. The switch doesn't have IP address, as we said before. So simply it is just to get many devices. We can here have, I think in KICT you said it's around 1,000 computer. But when we want to represent them, usually in simulation or in the lab, one computer is enough from each network. You don't have to put the 1,000. Actually, we don't have 1,000 device. Connected to the switch. Okay, if we have another one here, let's have another one. Another computer here. Okay. If the 2 computers are connected to the same switch, the message will not need to go to the router. The switch can directly send it here. And we talked about this before when we talked about the Ethernet, the MAC address table. But if we have gateway, the message will go through the router to the other router, and then the router will send it to the other switch, from the switch to the computer. That's how the connection will be. So router to router, router to switch, and the switch to computer. Router, then connect to another router. I will complete it, don't worry. We'll have a nice network at the end. So this is another one. And then we have computers here. One computer is enough for each of them. Now this is done, the physical connection for the devices. What I need to do, give them names so we can differentiate a router from another router. This one you can call it router 1, router 2, router 3, router 4. Okay, Switches, I will call them switch. So to differentiate them, this is KICT. This one switch. Did that happen? Switch. Kulliyah of Engineering. This one here, switch. So all the computers of Kulliyah of Education are connected to this specific switch. Now here we have switch guide. Okay. This is the thing. Now what we have to do, whatever we calculated, we need to put it here. Because if you have a good topology, you don't need to keep going here and there to check the IP address you will assign to computer. One topology will show you everything. So now KICT, what I need from here, from my calculation, only one thing, which is, actually it's two, this one, the subnet ID. Take the subnet ID and put it down there. And as we said before, subnet ID is not a specific device, it's the entire network. Okay. First IP address, you remember, if you increase the phone to 1, usually the first IP address in the network, we give it to the router. Okay, so the router can be .1. I don't have to write 192.168.0.1, just .1. I know the network IDs directly, I will know exactly what is the rest of the IP address. Here, I can give this one .2, and this one I can give it .3. So you can see now, we know what are the IP addresses to give. Now I will go to the second one, which is Kulliyah of Education. No, sorry, Kulliyah of Engineering. At Kulliyah of Engineering, what I would do, same thing. I will give the subnet ID there. .1, I'll give it to the router or to the gateway. And here I can give any number. You know, we have the range of IP address, give to anyone. But let's do .2 because we don't want to get confused later. Just the simplest one. Okay, now Kulliyah of Education. This one, take the subnet ID. So you will ask me, why did we calculate the rest? Which is a good question, because if we don't know what is the broadcast IP address, we will not know the next one, what it will be, the subnet ID. If you don't know all these numbers, you may give the wrong IP address to the device. So we have to do all these calculations at the end to take only one information from there. So this is .1. This one is .2. Okay, what about guide? Can I do .1 as well? Guide is this one. Look at guide IP address. Can I do the same as I did with the others? Give it .1 to the router. Is that possible? See, kite IP address will start from 1 to 8. So the first IP address will be .129. That's the first IP address. So when we say the first IP address, we don't mean always .1. Depend on the range of IPs you have in your network. So this is .129. This one I'll give it .13, 130. Okay. So this is somehow done. However, we are missing one point. What is that point? Now the number of networks we are having, we give this one network, 2 networks, 3, 4. However, if you look here, this is a network, a small network with 2 devices. 2 devices, router 1 and router 2 only. This is another network. This is another network. So altogether will be 7 networks. This network also, this one here, we have to calculate the IP address, the subnet ID, the broadcast IP address, everything we did for the others. Although this one is very small, but still we have to calculate it and give it an IP address. We cannot, if there's no IP address, they will not talk. That's simply what will happen. So now what I would do, I need to calculate for the next network. So the next network will be, let's take this one, the broadcast IP address we have here. I would take it and start calculating for this one. Network router 1 to router 2, only 2 devices. It has 2 devices, 2 devices. If we have 2 devices, which subnet ID will be, subnet mask will be the right one. Where's the calculation we did up there? Okay, we didn't continue to the end. Let's try to continue here. So /28 will give us 14. /29 will give us 2 to power 3 minus 2 will give us 6. /30 will equal to, God, I want to push this one here so we can have more space. Okay, so /30 will give us 2 to power 2 minus 2. How much is that? Two to power 2 minus 2. How much is that? It is 2. 4 minus 2. Yeah, it is 2. Now 2 to power 1 minus 2. How much is that? 431. How much that will give us? Two to power 1 minus 2. 2 to power 1 is 2 minus 2, 0. So that would tell us that we cannot have /31. Okay, we cannot have /31. The minimum we can have is /30. But we are running out of colors. Which color should I give it? Okay, let's go for this pink. I think that's a pink. /30 is what we will use for the small networks between one router to another router. So it will be /30. /30, as we did for the rest. Let's see what does that mean. It means we have 31. This is 20, 24, 28, 30. That's what the meaning of /30. If I want to write it in decimal, it will be 255, 255, 255, 252. Okay. Now let's calculate the subnet ID. How to do it? I will go to the previous network, this one, take the broadcast IP address and increase it by 1. So that will be, this will be 0, this will be 13 /30. What will be the broadcast IP address? Here for this specific subnet mask is very easy. You don't have to do the binary, then the decimal, and keep doing that. You can do that, it's okay. But since it's 2 devices, it will start with 13.0, 13.1, 13.2, and that's it. Then you have the broadcast IP address, which is 192.168.13.3. Because 1 and 2 will be for the devices. The third one will be the broadcast IP address. Next one, router 2 to router 3. Also /30. Subnet ID equal to, I'll take this one, increase it by 1. So it will give me 192.168.13.4/30. Broadcast IP address is equal to .4. Then we have 5, 6, 7. 7 will be the broadcast IP address. That's 30. Okay. Now router 3 to router 4 /30. Subnet ID. This is 192.168.13.7. Next one will be 192.168.13.8, 9, 10, 11. So we will have the broadcast IP address equal 192.168.13.11. If you don't know how I'm doing this, or you're confused about it, just simply use the previous way. You will get the same results. Okay. Change it to binary, color 30 of them, turn whatever left in black in ones, you will get the same. Okay, so is it clear? In the chat box, can you tell me how clear is this? Okay, I got only one yes. What about the rest of you? Alhamdulillah, 100%. Alhamdulillah, it's clear. Okay, that's good. Now, let me tell you, even 80%, 0.5, it's okay, because we are not in computer networking. I need you to understand the concept, because when we go later with the subnet, with the VLANs, if you don't know how the switch and router are dealing with IP addresses, it will be very hard to understand how we are doing the VLANs. So now, since we are not in computer networking, how we would do this calculation? Simply, we will not do any of them. We go to Google, just type VLSM calculator. You will get many, many, many websites. For me, I always choose whatever I find is fine, all of them the same. First one. In here, it will ask you questions. Just answer step 1. What is the IP address you started with? You remember it was 0.0, right? /16. That was the first IP address given to us. And now we want to calculate. It's asking, how many subnet masks do we have? How many subnets, sorry, we have? Do you remember? You look here. How many subnets? Look at here. How many small networks do we have? Okay, Brother Safwan note from yesterday class. It is 7. Okay, 7. Why I put the 7 here? Because they will give me 7 rows later. So here I just have to write the name of the network, KICT, Kulliyah of Engineering, Kulliyah of Education, KAIT, router 1 to router 2, router 2 to router 3, router 3 to router 4, and then here to give the number of devices. Kulliyah of Education, I forgot how much we gave them. Let's see it. Education 100, okay. 100. Here 64, 2, 2, and 2. Okay. Submit. And you will get a table having everything we just did from the first day we started here. Okay. But again, if you don't understand the concept, why we have that, you will get trouble in the lab and in the simulation. So I want this one to be very clear, why the device is dealing with these numbers, for example, why we have a broadcast IP address, why we should avoid overlapping. Okay, so that's simply everything we studied. The host, how many computers we need, how many IP addresses will be given, and then it will give us the unused, the wasted IP addresses. Sometimes having unused is good, because when you bring a new computer to your network, you don't want to recalculate everything again. So it's always good to have some space for adding more devices, but not too much. 800, it's too much, okay? But like this one, 122 is good, okay? In the future, maybe Kulliyah of Engineering will get a new lab, get some more students maybe. So this will be good. Now, sorry, what did I do? Another thing, the network ID is already calculated for us. If you check, our calculation was correct. Okay, same thing as we have here. You can see the recording or go back to your notes. The subnet mask, give it in / and also it will give it as a mask like this one. The range of available IP addresses or usable IP addresses already here. The broadcast IP address is mentioned. And the last one, you will not need it now. Maybe in enterprise network, we will use it a lot. But now we don't need it. Okay, so in general, that's the calculation. Now I want you to do with me what I want you to do. Open Packet Tracer. We would do the network in Packet Tracer. Okay, can you do that? Open Packet Tracer. I want you to do whatever steps I do. You do it with me, and you will submit it. If we finish it, you will submit it later to Aitalim. I'll put the link there. So every one of you should submit a copy of the packet tracer file. And I would check to make sure that you didn't take your friend's work, because for me, it's easy to find from the log here. I can know exactly what did you do. Did you just copy paste or you already typed everything? Okay, before we start, since I want you all to do that, I want you to raise your hand if you are still awake. I don't want anyone to be sleeping and missing this part. Okay. 5, 8, 11, 13, 15. So we have 10 sleeping people. Okay, 9. Those who will submit, who will not submit it. Okay, so now I will go a little bit, not hopefully it's not fast. At any moment you find out that I'm going very fast, slow me down. Okay, just say, can you wait a minute, or please make it slower, or anything. Say something in the chat box. So we will start first by taking a router, which is the gateway. Now, if you look at the packet tracer, at the corner to the left in the bottom there, you have the different icons there. If you click on them, things will appear differently, right? If you look at the first one to the left, you see under that written network devices. Then you will get a new row of icons. One of them is for routers, switches, hops. We don't use hops anymore. Hops are very slowing the network. It's not a good idea. Even a coaxial splitter also is not good. We don't use it anymore. Wireless devices, maybe later we will come to this one. We will use some of them. We have firewall for security, and we have something for the cloud. Okay, we will not use most of them. Now we have the router and the switch. This is what we care about. So I would take from the router, if you click on it, you will see different modules for the routers. They are all doing the same task. However, how they look like, their shape, their size, how many ports do they have, that's the difference between them. So for me, just for the purpose of education, I would choose different routers. This is one router, another one. For you, you can use exactly the same router. It's okay. For me, I'm just selected different. To make things easy for me when I'm talking, I would change their name to router 1, router 2, router 3, because this is what we called them when we did the calculation. I don't want to have router 0, since we didn't calculate router 0. Okay, 4, 3, 4, 4. Okay, router 4. Now the routers are there. I need to put switches. Switches is, if you look at the router icon there, beside it, there's this switches. Click on it, you'll get different type of switches. Some of them are very huge switch. We don't use these. We have, this is layer 3, we call it layer 3 switch. We will use it in this course in networking concept, but not now. Now we can go to the first one, 2960. This is exactly the same switch we have in our Cisco lab. So we can take this one. Okay. Now I will call them differently so we can differentiate them. Switch, or let's keep them. Actually, switch, we will not play with them. Keep them as it is. 4 switches. Now I will go to the first row, choose the second icon, which is end device. End device, you see the second row, you have end devices, the normal one we use, computer, laptop, server. We have IP phone, printer, TV, smartphones. Usually the configuration for all of them is the same. That's why it doesn't matter, just choose computer there. If you are interested to learn more or do a more complicated network, you can see the second icon is the house. Click on that, you see Internet of Things devices. Okay, you see coffee maker, fan, a door, window, house, the garage door, all these things, lamps and so on, whatever. So you can build your smart home. However, you need maybe to take another course for how to build a smart house inside Packet Tracer. If anyone interested, you can tell me later. I can open the course for you. Okay. Now, next one is Smart City. You can see you have different things, smart old car, you have different things. Then you have smart industry and power grid. College of Engineering, they have some people working there. So what I need here again is the first one, end devices, PC. Take the PC, different PCs there. For every network, we just put one PC. I will call it differently so we can differentiate. This is KICT, representing all the computers in KICT. I will not put 1,200. This one, College of Engineering. This one here, I will call it College of Education. And next one, College of Guide. Okay. Now we have all the physical devices. We already gave them. We need to connect them. To connect them, you can see the third icon. Forget it. We don't need it now. Internet of Things people, they use it more. The fourth one, it is the cables. Okay, different cables we'll have. When we go to the lab, we will see 3 different kinds. You see the console. I'll ignore it now. We have one Cooper cable, the blue one, the internet or the Ethernet cable, and we will have the serial. Now, for Cooper, previously, we used to have 2 types of Cooper cable. Depend on what are you connecting exactly. If you have on both sides of the link, you have the same devices, router to router, switch to switch, you will use crossover. If you have router on the other side is a switch, or a switch, the other side is computer, we use straight through. When you put the pointer on the icon, you'll see the name there, Cooper straight through. Okay, so what I will do, this computer, pass Ethernet, then you will see when you click on at the switch, you will see many fast Ethernet. Just choose any of them, it's fine. But for this course, when we start the VLANs, I will never say choose any of them. Okay, fast Ethernet, here you have to remember, if you say fast Ethernet 01, you have to use that one because we will do the VLANs depend on the switch. If you don't remember the port you are using, you will be in trouble. So this is what I'm doing now. Connect fast Ethernet to F01, fast Ethernet 01. Now I want to connect the switch to the router. Also, I'll take the Cooper straight through, connect switch, Gigabit Ethernet 01, the one at the below there, the orange color. I connect that one to the first one here, G00. Sometimes you will see, depend on the type of routers you choose, you may see 2 zeros instead of 3 zeros. It's fine. It's just we have to be aware of it. Doesn't matter. Okay, here G01. If I click on this one, you can see I have G00. Gigabit Ethernet 00. Okay, here the switch here. Click on this one. You see 3 of them instead of 2. Also, I'll use G00. Now I need to connect the routers together. In the lab, we use just Gigabit Ethernet cables. But the real life, when we want to connect different devices, different routers from College of Engineering far away to here, you need longer cables. So you will use serial. Serial is longer cable and you can extend it. Okay, so you will use here in the simulation, not the one with the clock, the one without the clock. Okay, so if you click here, you will see no serial port. If you try to connect it just randomly to any of them, you will get error message because simply the header cannot fit in the real life. So what you do, you have to insert it. You are the network admin. Go to the router, go to the market, buy the right slot or the right header, and you have to insert it inside the device. Okay, in the device, when you buy it, you find some empty slots. You can simply add whatever you want there. So if you want to go to the market, of course, for us, it's the left menu here. You have modules. You can click on them. You see different things. For example, this is a cover. I can take this cover and put it here. Yeah, I should switch it off. Otherwise, I would die. from electrical shock. Okay, I can just drag it and cover it. I don't want to keep it open to dust. Okay, and then I'll search for serial. Where is serial? You don't have to read the entire thing. Just look at the word serial. It's here. Drag it, put it here. As simple as that, then turn on. Okay, I'll go to the other router. You see this router, that's why I choose different type of routers, because I want you to see that doesn't matter, all the same. Okay, also I have to switch it off. Go to the modules, find the module with the word serial. Okay, you can see here serial is there. I would take it, drag it, put it anywhere. If you put it here or you put it here, doesn't matter. It's okay. Why? It's an empty slot. However, the numbers you will get will be different. And you will see later, sometimes you get 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. Sometimes you get 0, 2, 0. It's okay. It will not affect anything. It's fine. Okay, I'll go to router 3. Same thing. Zoom in. I need to switch it off first. Don't want to die now. Okay. Then search for the serial here. This is the serial. Take it, put it anywhere. I wanted to put it here. Okay. Switch on again. Close it. The last router, I would do the same also. What I would do here, will switch off. Did I switch it off? Switch off. Okay. Search for the serial. This is the serial. I'll take it, put it here, and then switch on. Now let's see what happened. If I try to go to the serial, click on the router, you can see it appeared there. Serial 010. Maybe for you, you got 020. It's fine, doesn't matter. But when I explain later, when we configure the router, you have to be aware of this small difference. Okay, 010 again. Then I'll take another serial, connect this router, 011 to 021. See, the numbers is different. Doesn't matter. It's okay. Then 020, I'll connect it to 010. Done. Physical connection is done. Okay. Are you already there? Raise your hand if you finish exactly the point I reached already, or you are a little bit left behind. Am I going fast? Okay. You already. Okay, alhamdulillah. Because last semester I got the feedback, okay, from the students saying that I go fast. I know I go fast, but you have to train actually. Because as network people, we cannot do it slow. You will have thousands of devices to do. If every time you go very slow, it would take thousands of hours to do. Okay, if any of you cannot catch up or missed some of the steps, is okay. This is recorded. You can check it later. We have 5 minutes. Let's give the IP addresses for the devices. Okay, now at PC KICT, if you click on that, you will see the device itself, physical. On the top there, there's another tab, config. We never play with this one. We go to the third one, which is desktop. At the desktop, there's IP configuration. Click on that. Now you are allowed to change the IP address. Currently, it's empty. We have to put the IP address. How to put it? We go to our calculations, all what we did. So up to you. You want to use the takeaway calculation done by the website, or you go to your own calculation. And actually, if you have this diagram, everything you need is in the diagram. So you look here, 192.168.0.0/21. This is what KICT will be using. Okay, so let's take the first IP address. This is the first IP address in the range. Okay, and remember also the 255, 255, 248. We will need that one. So I'll take the first IP address, put it as default gateway. The second one, I will give it to the computer. Okay, now I need also to change this one. By default, it will give you some subnet mask. Don't use it as it is, otherwise you'll get errors later. So 248, this is our calculation showing that the subnet mask is 248. This is done for KICT. Now I go to Kulliyah of Engineering. What do I have at Kulliyah of Engineering? From our calculation, we know that the subnet mask is 255, 255, 252. And the first IP address is this one, 192.168.8.1. So what I would do here, we'll go to desktop, IP configuration, give the first IP address in the range, I'll give it to the gateway, and then I go to the IPv4 address and give it the second one. Subnet mask, as we said, it will give you the default one. You have to change it to make it 255.255.252.0. You don't have a save button or anything. Just put them and close the window. It will be saved. Now, Kulliyah of Education, same thing. Desktop, IP configuration. Let's go to the calculations we have. Kulliyah of Education, the first IP address in the range, it is 192.168.12.1. So this is what I'll be using, the 12.1. I'll give it to the gateway. And then the second one, I would take it for the computer. This one is 255.128. Okay. This is, you can check the calculations later. Now for KICT, also same thing. I know that I have to take the, I think for KICT, I forgot to put the range. Okay, yeah. What is the range of IP addresses in KICT? Range of IPs at KICT will be 192.168.12.129 until 192.168.12.25. Oh, no, yeah, 255. Okay, /25. So the first IP address is this one. I'll take it. The default gateway would be this one, 192.168.12.129. And the IP address here, I'll give it .30. Subnet mask, don't use the default one, use the correct one. If you use the default one, you will get a lot of troubles later, and it will not be easy to know what's the problem. Okay, so now we gave all the computers the IP address they need. Are we done? Yes, no, what do you think? We still have steps to do? We have the routers, right? The routers, we should configure them. So since the time is very limited, I will just show you, or actually let's do it next class, inshallah. We will talk about the operating system, which is module 2 in computer networking. That will be the last thing we cover from computer networking. Next class, we will do this one. Okay, all the routers, we configure them. So keep the file with you. I don't want to return and do it from, I do it again, from zero. Okay, so next class, please bring your packet tracer, and inshallah we will do it together. Okay, if the next class we will do this one, do you prefer to do the class online or offline? Can you follow me here, or it's hard to follow on the online class? If next class we do the packet tracer, do you prefer the class to be in the Cisco lab here, physical class? Online, okay. The rest of you? Okay, let me ask you in the group, WhatsApp group, if you prefer this one to be recorded and you can follow easily, then we can do it maybe online. I will see, okay? Also because I want to double check how's the situation in the labs to see if it's suitable for us or we will have some like conditioning problem. Air conditioning actually in Cisco lab here is working, but it seems that block E having an issue now. So I would double check that one. I'll confirm it after I ask in the group if most of you prefer the online class, we do it online. For me, if you ask me, I prefer if everything is clear, the projector is working, air conditioning is working, I prefer it to be physical because I can go around and see what are you doing exactly. I don't want anyone to be left behind. But let's see how things will go. Okay, let's stop here also. If anyone having any questions, you can ask. I believe next class. Okay, I hope the project, you already started with the project. That's something, because next week you have to submit the project. Okay, so let's stop here. Everything is recorded in case you need to. You don't have to submit anything for today, but next class we complete it and then you submit. Thank you very much, and assalamu alaikum.
Thank you.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, madam.
Assalamualaikum, madam.
Alaikum salam, yes, brother.
I have a question. Actually, for the grouping, I don't join any group. Can you, if ever, I don't have a group yet.
Okay, you want to join one group. Okay. Anyone here? Any of the brothers here? Just in the WhatsApp group, can you find a group there? Just ask them who's still having.
Oh, you
less
didn't
number.
have the list.
I have the list, but maybe some of them already finished their project, right? It's a little bit late. So if you know someone, just go and join them. To have 6 students in the group, I'm fine with that at this stage, okay? So just ask any of the group to join them.
Okay, sorry, madam, because I mistaken for the because I have taken your class 2 classes, so I mistaken.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Just make sure in the WhatsApp group, you just find any group, and if you know any of the students with you in the class, just tell them that I want to join the group.
Okay.
If they say the group is full, just tell them that the lecturer is okay with being 6 students. But make sure they give you some task to do. Just
okay, sorry.
because the presentation, all of you will present, not only them. Okay.
Okay, madam. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, everything is okay? Can we end? Thank you very much and see you inshallah next class on Thursday. Assalamu alaikum.